NBC's The Voice. My name is Barbara Ellen Roy, and I'm from Oakland City, Indiana. I actually have lived in California for about 10 years, though, and just recently moved back to Indiana. My name, Barbara Ellen Roy, is from a song the New Christy Minstrels recorded. It's a folk song that came over from the British Isles called Jimmy Grove and Barbara Ellen. So my family influence of music and, well, the name they've given me, it's been with me always. I've always had music in the house, always grown up listening to music, and from the time I could talk, I remember singing in the bathtub kind of to myself. I didn't really want to share it. I wanted to protect, I guess, the talent a little bit and have something for me. And I remember, learning the songs to the radio and just singing them in the bathtub and nobody really knowing that I was doing all this. My family on the weekends would just put a stack of records on the record player. Elvis, Oak Ridge Boys, Statler Brothers, Dolly Parton, Olivia Newton-John, and some older stuff too, the New Christy Minstrels and Bobby V, a lot of old stuff. And just this stack of records would play through while I would lay on the floor looking at the album covers, reading them from end to end. I memorized them, the pictures, the words, and the songs too. I'd just sing along or just read along. And this was my whole cycle sort of growing up, having music in the house and then classical in the car and to put us to sleep. But so I sort of knew I wanted to be in music, and not knowing a whole lot about performing and what kind of opportunities are available to somebody who wants to have a career in music, I went ahead and got a all-grade choral education degree, BA, and I really wanted to perform those still. At the college that I went to, I ended up being the director of the college touring group there. I was very busy with that, and learned that if we didn't want to sing with soundtracks in church, which for Southern gospel is a little bit taboo, then I was going to have to learn to play the piano. And I was learning to play the piano by music, but Southern gospel is a whole different thing. So with that, being the director, I recognized that need and decided to fill it. And that's how I first started really learning to play the piano in that style and to accompany myself in church. And I toured in churches with my husband then that I met in college. We did that for about 10 years, and this was sort of our business. And we did this together and had some success in it. We were fairly well known around our regional tri-state area. We always had bookings on New Year's Eve. We always had holiday bookings. We always had things to do on the weekend. And ultimately, I started writing for us as a duo. It's, again, really unusual to be in Southern Gospel as a duet. It's traditionally Southern Gospel's four guys singing harmony. And a duet is a little harder to arrange for gospel, so I started writing our music, and ultimately we entered a talent search with Oak Valley Studios, Zion Music Group, I believe, and actually won in the group category as a duet, and we won some studio time to record a CD. This is that, a 10-song CD with all original music on it. One of the songs that we didn't put on this CD, but we actually won the talent search with, I then pitched to a group called Down East, which had a little bit better national recognition as a Southern Gospel group. They recorded the song and it did chart, got some radio play, and then several other artists have recorded that same song. I, however, have never professionally recorded that song or many of the others in my catalog. I have pitched them to other artists, and they have recorded many of my gospel songs. I've probably got a catalog of at least 100 in gospel, and then I also write pop and country, and I have some demos of that. But ultimately, after about 10 years, my husband and I then decided to divorce. And this business had been my life and my identity for a long time. And I guess I really thought when I moved out to California to take a job more marketing focused, that I was planning to assistant engineer for clubs and and keep up with my music side of it. And I thought that I would probably end up singing and finding a band or a group or something to keep it going, but ultimately I just didn't, and I really have not performed publicly since the divorce, and I really haven't written a song since the divorce. I've written some poetry, and I write professionally for corporate. That's how I'm using my writing talents these days. I've developed tutorials and a lot of content, web content, but I haven't really kept up with my songwriting. I have grown, intellectually. There are things that I would like to say emotionally that I feel that I still need to do, and what I would like to do with the voice is continue what I started several years ago that just never got to see completion, I guess. I would like to establish myself, my own person, as whoever I was intended to be with the music and the talents that were given to me, that I did not ultimately was not ultimately able to drive to a composite, identity, musical identity. So that's me in a nutshell, and I hope you enjoy the songs. The first one is a gospel song, Amazing Grace, in Crystal Lewis's style. She's more of an inspirational contemporary gospel, contemporary Christian type artist, and that one was easy to pick because of my background in gospel. It was harder to decide on the next song because I write pop, country, as well as gospel and some other things. But I think what really breaks my heart, the type style that I really see myself loving and just enjoying performing and really shows the greatest assets to my voice, is in blues and the funkier kind of stuff is what I like. So so the next song is a Eva Cassidy song. I had to choose between Nightbird and Blues in the Night, so we ended up with what I could get, and it's hard to get these tracks to Eva Cassidy, so I had to kind of fudge on pulling out the mids to get her vocal out of it. I hope it's not too distracting, but anyway, enjoy. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope to see you in person. Thanks much. Bye. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come than when we first began. In some old hotel room in Memphis, I see the city through the rain. I'm just chasing me my time, remembering some pain. You see, there once was a boy, and on the street he'd surely die. So the Nightbird took him in, and she taught him how to fly. See the Nightbird softly fly. Why does she fly alone? Is the moonlight just a flame? Oh, her memory now, she's gone. Two-bit bars and honky-tonks, any pleasure can be found. You can get just what you want if you lay your money down. And lonely sailors do their drinking. My, how the brave men do die. So the Nightbird sells her pleasures, bringing tears to my eyes. See the Nightbird softly fly. Why does she fly alone, all alone? Is the moonlight just a flame? Oh, her memory now, she's gone. So I guess I'll go out walking. Lord, let the rain keep falling down, down. guess I'll go chase some memories on the dark side of town.